Hey guys, welcome to day 26 of Road to Grandmaster. So today we're back to the topic of analysis of adjourned position. Alright, so um, without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so this is the position. This is the game between Chischakov versus Turetsky. Alright, so um, first of all, white has to exchange on d7 and then put his rook on the 6th rank. Alright, and try to put his king to e7 and attack the weak f6 pawn. This is like white's idea. Alright, analysis show that this plan was dangerous, and so black decided to advance the f pawn by playing f5 later on the game. Alright, without waiting for the white pieces, white king get into the game, get into the black's position. Alright, so black thought that here he might be able to defend by changing a couple of pawns. Alright, so when there's very little material left on the board, position known to endgame theory may arise. Alright, you have to consult your books and look for some useful information there. So let's see one example of like a theory of an endgame. Let's look at this position. So in this position, this was actually played between Romanovsky versus Rabinovich. Alright, so seems like black's winning because after rook takes g4, he's up a pawn. Right, rook versus bishop, as we all know, is a draw. But if there's a pawn, it could be winning. Sometimes it could be draw. So let's see. So king g5 was playing the game with rook takes g4, king f6, and now rook c4, good move. Otherwise, bishop g5, and king takes g6. So rook c4, now bishop h6, good move. Bishop b2, rook c2 actually lose. So bishop h6, and after king g4, if rook c6 and king g5, then bishop g7, bishop f6, we take the g6 pawn. It could be a draw. King g4 was played in the game with king takes g6, rook c6 check, king g7, king f5, bishop e3, and the game ended in a draw. Alright, so let's back to our game. This is the main game. So in this position, white play rook takes d7, bishop takes, king d2, and now we play f5. So like what I said in before, to try and prevent f6 being a target of white pieces, where rook d8, and then okay, bishop b5 check, king h5 check, bishop f1, good move, check here, bishop h3, white takes the a pawn, and then okay, this position, like you can see, it's actually kind of same, right? The position is kind of same, but just like the bishop is different, right? Just now it's a dark square bishop. In this case, it's light square bishop because it's black pieces. Just now it's white pieces playing with the bishop. This time it's black pieces playing with the bishop. So the obvious plan to play for a win is to transfer the king to f6. But then we get exactly that theoretical draw, which we already know, right? We just a change in the color of the pieces. So at this time, actually, black pieces had already mentally awarded himself half a point in a tournament table, basically. So and he was simply not thinking about the move. So let's see. So in the game, we have rook d8, bishop e6, rook d4, bishop c8, king d3, bishop f5, king c4, bishop e6, king c5, bishop c8, king d6, bishop f5, rook c4, bishop h3, king e5, bishop d7, king f6, bishop h3, and now rook c5. Alright, if rook d4, bishop c8, rook d5, and the position is totally same, like exactly same as what we saw earlier, the game we saw, the example we saw earlier. So rook c5 was played immediately, and now king g4, rook takes g5, king f3. Right, seems like black can save a draw with the idea of from the last game, trying to take the g-pawn. Could be a draw. Let's see how the game goes. So king e5 was played, bishop g4, king d4, and now king takes g3. So now basically the theory has ended, right? And black has to begin thinking. But it was difficult to stop after playing almost like 20 blitz move. So black should not have hurried to take the pawn on g3 actually. In fact, bishop h3 was better. Why? Okay, let's see. So king takes g3 was played in the game, and you can see, okay, so a typical rook versus bishop theory, how to draw, it's simple. You want to get your king to a different color, to a corner that different color bishop with to your bishop. So in this case, you have light square bishop. You want to put your king on the corner in a dark square. So a1 or h8. This is a typical theory, right? Because your bishop can like save your king, like protect your king, and like this. If your king is on the dark square, right, and it could be stalemate in some cases. This is the typical theory. You don't want to put your king on the same color corner to your bishop, because then it's easy to get like checkmate. It's hard to protect your king. Alright, so it's just like a typical theory. So the king is in no danger if he's in the corner of opposite color bishop. In given case, in this case, it's a1 or h8 law. So after king takes g3, king e3 was played. So the seems like, okay, you want to go to this 2 square. So now you're like near to h1. So you want to go to like this 2 square. So it seems like king f4 is the move here. Unfortunately, it loses to king f4, and white wins. So king h2 was played in the game, and basically it's just better for white now, because your king can never go to the corner, the dark square corner. So let's see how the game goes. We have king f4, and now bishop d7, the final blow, the final blunder of black pieces. Black should have moved the bishops away along the d1 to h5 diagonal to prevent king f3 to get the opposition and trying to checkmate. So bishop d1 or bishop e2 would be better here to take control of f3 square. So bishop d7 is actually a blunder. Now we go check, king h2. If king h4, we have rook g7. So that's the typical way to win if you have a rook versus a bishop. If you want to do this, forking the bishop and the checkmate threats. And after this, they block, and you simply play a waiting move, and it's zugzwang. Only move is to move the king, and you win the bishop, you win the game. So imagine if the king is on like a1 or h8, and they give a check like this, you block with the bishop. If they do like a waiting move like this, it's a stalemate if your king is on a1, because there's no square. But in this case, you can move your king and then you lose the bishop. So that's why you don't put your king same in the corner that's same color with your bishop. You want to put on different color, opposite color of your bishop, so your bishop can protect your king. And if like if this case happen, it will be a draw if your king is on the dot square and the bishop like on like this square, for example. And in this case, white win. So king h2 has to be played. Look at this. Now the king is on the wrong corner, and white simply win the game. So we have king f3, bishop a4, rook c2, rook g3. Your king can't go back because rook g4 check. So white just repeat one move and play king f2. So the king just now it's white is actually completely winning because the king is on the wrong corner. And okay, bishop d2 was played in the game. Rook c3. I like the bishop. If the bishop move anyway, for instance, like here, we go rook here. So this is a very typical way. You attack this bishop and threatens the checkmate. So let's say you defend it, attack again. You have to move it away. And you got the exact same thing. Okay, you can put your rook wherever square you want. h8, h7, h5, h4, whatever. So okay, bishop b1 is playing the game. Here, bishop d3, if bishop a2. Now we play rook c2 and rook b2 again by win. So bishop d3, rook c6, threatens checkmate, and in this position black resign, white win the game. Because if you play king h3, then rook c3, pinning the bishop and the king. And if you're trying to play bishop f5, and we just say this, we just like we just have this king h3, rook c3, and that's why after rook c6, black resign and white win. So I thought this is quite nice. This theory, it's quite nice to know it, right? Some knowledge of rook versus bishop. So the first rule is you put your king in the corner that different color, opposite color than your bishop. So let's say your bishop is light square, you put it on dark square. If the bishop is on dark square, you put it on light square. Okay. So a better move here is actually here. White still hard to make any progress here, to be honest. Right? Because they can't push the pawn, and the king, okay, like seems like can't really join the game. So it could be black maybe still can hold the game, but he played king takes c3, which is a very careless mistake, and now white win. And this is actually like a theory, a well-known theory. Yeah, you can also learn those theory in 100 endgames. You must know, I believe. Yeah, so it's quite good to learn endgame theory to improve. So basically that's all for today. Hope you guys learn something and gain some knowledge of endgame. Alright, so thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoy it and hope you guys learn something, of course. That's all for today. Take care. Bye.